stay. I was in bed a lot of the time. I was constantly sort of didn't know quite what was going on. I think I struggled to keep up with work. I had to put off a number of exams and coursework and get extensions. I was spending quite a bit of time away from university at this point because I was having a number of tests done, and it was all quite. It was a very sort of a bit of a blur at the time because there was a lot happening, but I didn't feel quite. I wasn't, wasn't sort of in control of it at all. I felt, and it was. I think it was that sort of not having a balance there that was quite tough for me as I was sort of trying to balance. I felt like I was always in control. I think, although I may not have noticed that I was sort of neglecting a big part of me previously. This was the first time I really felt that I'd lost control of a lot of stuff that was going on.
And so, it must also just psychologically been very difficult, like not feeling in control and being isolated, and also having symptoms. I guess at this point you didn't have any kind of real diagnosis of what was happening, or?
No, I was still up to about sort of 9 months afterwards. I was still undergoing tests. There was an idea, I think it had been mentioned, that I possibly had developed ME/CFS, but my doctor also said, if you've had a virus, it can take you over a year or something to recover. So there was still no clarity on the diagnosis. The fatigue at this point, because I was fighting it a lot, I was still trying to live normally as much as I could, which did at that time mean going out or trying the odd sports. It did sort of have sort of more of a exacerbating effect, I think, on the tiredness, which really prolonged, I think, my misery at times.
So you were still trying to hang on to that identity of being someone that could go and do those things.
Absolutely. I mean, I was always the person who, never had anything particularly wrong with them, who was always, people would always go to me if they had problems.
Right.
Helper. People would always see me as quite a strong character.
And I guess you saw yourself that way aside.
I'd certainly painted that picture.
That was the self-image anyway.
Absolutely, yeah. So that was really the problem, I think. That suddenly that had all disappeared, and people were still sort of coming to me at times, and I was, I think at times still trying to sort of help them out, and my own body and mind was crying out at the time, saying, actually, there's something here you need to be aware of as well.